Welcome to the bracket episode 69. Today we are doing the worst everyday injuries alongside. We got Feits today, no Gooch. We got Jason on the boards. Thank you, Jason, for helping out today. We appreciate you. Before we do that, though, let's hear from our first sponsor, Aura.
All right, let's talk about Aura. Have you ever searched your name on a search engine? If not, you might be surprised by the amount of personal information that's available online. Your full legal name, email, home address, phone numbers, and more can be easily found. And it's not just true for you, but also for your friends and family. We're thrilled to partner with Aura. Aura is an all-in-one online safety solution that helps protect you and your family from identity theft, financial fraud, and online threats before they happen. With Aura, you can rest easy knowing that someone is looking out for you. The app scans the dark web and just tries to find your email addresses, passwords, social security numbers, and other sensitive information. If anything is found, you'll receive an alert in real time. If you're a victim of an ID theft, their experienced white glove fraud resolution team will help you navigate credit bureaus and help initiate credit freezes or locks and work with you around the clock to resolve it. They offer a suite of tools to protect you and your loved ones, including the real-time alerts of suspicious credit activity, computer virus protection, parental controls, a VPN, and a password manager. It's a comprehensive online safety solution that provides almost every tool you'll ever need in one place. Aura also helps reduce annoying robocalls, telemarketers, and junk mail by sending takedown requests on your behalf regularly. For a limited time, Aura is offering our listeners a 14-day trial plus a check of your data just to see if your personal information has been leaked online. All for free when you visit aura.com/LCB. That's AURA.com/LCB. Certain terms apply, so make sure to check the site for details.
Thanks to Aura. We appreciate it. And also, thanks to Tommy for hosting while I was dealing with that whole MRSA thing.
Great job.
Yeah, I thought you were a goner.
Yeah, no, I thought so too. Apparently, it's not as big a deal as people make it.
People die, right?
Yeah.
Quiet about that.
Well, yeah, no, what do you want me to do? Fucking.
Well, I didn't know people could be quiet about things at Barstool Sports.
Especially things that make people feel bad for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were in a hospital and didn't mention it?
We're in a
Oh
hospital.
no, I was not in a hospital. Not in a hospital. Just ear, nose, throat doctor. Done.
Okay.
We didn't have a dog kennel sale on your behalf?
No, not yet.
GoFundMe? None of that?
Hopefully, sometime soon. Anyway, we can just jump straight into it. I'm excited for this one. We all got a lot of entries from people on Twitter and also you guys as well. It's going to be very interesting. You specifically have a very interesting. I don't think you misunderstood the assignment.
I didn't misunderstand it. I just don't really
didn't understand that.
I don't really get what injuries are. There were some injuries. There were some illnesses, some ailments.
Yeah. We'll get to your list. You definitely had a misunderstanding at some point.
I'm dumb. Break it down.
First matchup of the day, number 12 versus the 5. The 12 is hitting your funny bone. A lot of people on their list. It's very good, but it's a fleeting pain.
Oh, depends on how hard you whack it.
I guess so. And that's going up against number 5 seed, getting hit in the balls. Also a sort of fleeting pain.
A fiver?
Think it should be higher or lower?
I think getting hit in the balls, the specific act is rather fleeting. But once you're around your guy friends, that tension and that fear, it's like open 24/7. It can happen at any moment. From middle school, I'll now be, if we were all standing in a circle rather than sitting a distance apart, that stress would be in the back of my mind.
I just looked to my left and right to see if my balls were in reach.
You're within the 2 biggest wingspans here. Like, you're in the most danger.
Yeah, my balls are fucked.
All right, so if we're getting hit in the funny bone versus hitting the balls fights, we'll start with you.
I'm going fucking hitting the balls. No questions asked. Now, let me ask about this. Are we talking just sack taps or are we talking any ball injury? Say
You're thinking like a contorted ball.
I'm thinking like my foot slipped off the pedal and I hit the crossbar of the bike. Because that made me pee blood once. And that one wasn't great. I
Seems
think
like more
This
than
is
the minor.
man-made.
Yeah, that seems more than minor if you're peeing blood.
okay. So we're just talking a quick sack tap from the fellas.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, I think I have a
Punch or kick, something along this. Nothing that's going to make
punch
you
in the kick. That's pretty rare.
This episode's going to be 10 hours. I can tell already.
I will. I'm taking sack tap. That's more painful. That's the worst everyday pain. But I wouldn't get rid of it either because I like it's probably the first form of camaraderie you run into as a kid, as a man, as a boy. You the first time you're like, all right, this is what the fellas do. We sack tap.
How old are you, Fights?
I'm 34.
I don't even feel like I'm going out on a limb. I feel like you've been sack tapped by your friends in the last 3 to 4 months.
Dude, we at KC Radio as a rule, when we're on the road, we can sack tap.
Right, yeah.
So like there's always that fear when we're traveling, sack taps or go.
I feel like that was a staple of Jackass. No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of sack taps. Made a lot of money off that. Tommy.
Yeah, I was not a sack tap friend group. I did not care for that. Like, that's not my style.
You were the one that got sack tap in your.
So the worst pain I ever had was it was me and a few of our friends were in my friend James's room. Like, I don't know, 13, and for whatever reason, my friend Liam just standing there. He just wound up and just kicked me so hard.
He wound up his leg?
Right? Yeah, he wound up. He kicked me so hard. I should have seen it coming. And I fell to the floor. I was in pain for hours. It was so bad, like my voice changed. Like, when like you sound like you sucked on a balloon, and it hurts. So it's the worst pain I've ever felt. And I was like, why? And he was like, it was just, I had the opportunity. And I was like, all right, fair enough. But I'd prefer if you never do that again. But to me, most days, I don't get hit in the nuts for sure. I'd say I bang my funny bone way more often than I get hit in the nuts. But
I don't know.
Because, maybe not, maybe in the circles you run, but I'll still go with the nut injury just because when it happens, and you could even do like, I don't know, you walk into a desk by accident or a counter.
A hit in the funny bone never brings you to your knees. A sack tap does.
It's like a 3-second ow.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's longer than 3 seconds.
You're getting sack tap more than you're hitting your funny bone? Dude, you and your buddies all think you're on the set of Jackass.
Yeah.
You all got inspired by that movie. And you're the reason they had the disclaimer at the start of it.
And we didn't listen to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll go nuts.
Yeah, your childhood and even adulthood is a lot of nude men and a lot of sack tapping, from what you've told.
Yeah, less nude men than you think.
I feel like every story,
boy.
Don't get me wrong, there are nude men, but less than you think.
I'd say you've seen more dicks in person than anyone here.
Oh yeah,
By like a very large margin.
huge margin.
This room?
Yeah.
I've seen a bunch.
In person. Oh yeah, I guess you were a sports guy.
Showers.
It's rarely like someone takes their pants off. I'm thinking back to like high school and
Rarely.
showers.
I've seen
Showers.
very, very few in-person dicks.
How many hard dicks in person have you seen?
Ooh.
Well, that's
Count
a
on one
great
hand?
question.
Definitely
I
seen
don't know
more
if I've
hard
seen
dicks.
Oh, I can count on one hand,
Yeah.
but I'll say 3.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen a single hard
I
dick.
don't think I've ever seen another man's hard dick in person.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like college roommate, they're having sex and you go upstairs. Yeah, like
no one was ever just walking around with a heart on. It was just I've seen people having sex.
Okay.
Under 11 counts for just a half, right?
I don't.
what? Under 11 inches?
Age.
Oh, okay.
I wonder why people
Struggling too there for a second.
But why would you cut it off at 11?
like I'm spying on a childhood classroom. I don't know why people aren't laughing.
Childhood classroom where kids are famously walking around nude with
Yes, they are. Tommy, the classrooms I spy on are.
I know you saw a hard dick in the coat room.
Coat?
No, that was my. I know what you're thinking. Don't bring it up any further, but that was my closet.
Ah.
All right.
You had someone jerking off in the corner while you fucked their wife, right?
He wasn't really masturbating, but he was there.
Did he have a hard dick?
He's you know what? I don't think I'd give him a hard dick tag.
Wait, were you hooking up with his wife?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I was like 19. It was in New
And he
Orleans.
forgot his friend's name
Yes, that was the worst
while he
part.
got caught by his friend.
Unreal. Unreal.
Just a very touched life. KB.
Yeah, this isn't close. I mean, funny bone injury versus a ball injury. Yeah, it could. My epididymis could get grazed, and it would still be worse than a funny bone injury.
What is that?
The tube.
The
It's kind of like
P2.
pops out of the ball.
Okay. I was taking,
That's what gets tangled up. The epididymis.
Oh, that's the thing that gets all contorted. I've never had
right.
that injury yet.
Testicular torsion. Well, if you get it instead of going to the hospital, you can sit in a very hot bathtub and spread your legs, and it'll re-unwind.
Really?
I believe so.
I'll go with hitting the balls as well.
Sounds like something that has happened to you, Nick.
Yeah.
All right, I got a little anecdote since we're doing story time. So I always wore a cup in lacrosse, but one day I forgot, and it was in high school, and we were playing this like PG school called Bridgeton Academy, a bunch of just thugs, and
I'm sure.
they were. They all ended up at UMass.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A bunch of
real
fucking
hoodlums.
gorillas.
Oh my God.
It's a white sport. What are we worried about? Anyway, one of them, was playing defense on me, and he took one hand full wrap check, and the top of his stick, the head, basically hit me right below the head of my penis. And I was afraid to look. I genuinely thought he had decapitated my penis. It hurt so much.
Women hate a mangled cock.
You're not paying him enough. I went into the bathroom, and I was like wheezing, and I thought I was going to throw up, and I was afraid to look, and luckily it was just a very clear like slash line across it. But that was really bad.
Sounds bad.
Scar?
You described as
Really
slash.
bad. What?
Scar?
No,
scar.
it wasn't.
Prove
It
it.
was bleeding like a little, but it was very bruised.
Oof.
That
Hard plastic too on the.
But the I don't like the funny bone, but nothing is worse than that. A really hard middle of your stomach, just death feeling from being hit hard and square in the testicle.
I'm shocked to see that a 5 seed. I'm interested to see the hires.
Yeah.
See, Nick.
Have you ever been sack tapped in front of like a girl and she's like, it can't hurt that bad, and I get so mad.
Oh, yeah.
But I do find solace when I get hit in the balls that you can retaliate. If you hit your funny bone, it's only you're to blame, and there's some frustration in that. And I think it lasts longer than 30 seconds. You get it in the tips of your fingers. It lasts for a while. And I think that catches you off guard more than a sack tap. But if we're talking just feeling, sack tap.
Sack tap, Jay.
No matter how strong the person, one injury or affliction will bring every man to his knees, and it's getting hit in the balls hard enough. So that by a landslide.
And the last thing, to Nick's point, people often argue what's more painful for the human experience, getting kicked in the balls or giving birth to a child. And I don't think there's a single guy ever that went to his wife and said, I think we're ready for you to kick me in the balls. Nobody's ever asked for that.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah,
Heidelberg probably has.
I have not, but I've seen videos of guys doing it.
I don't know how guys like to be stomped on.
Yeah. All right. Next matchup as hitting the ball sweeps. Burning your tongue or inside of your mouth versus getting a popcorn kernel stuck in your teeth, which is number 13 seed. Jay.
I eat a lot of popcorn every time I go to the movies. Large tub, typically a refill post previews. So I got popcorn stuck in my teeth all the time.
That's a ton of popcorn.
That is so much.
Fucking tub of popcorn during the previews.
Yeah. Well, you do like
hungry,
75% of it, and then you go get a refill for when the movie starts.
That is a
Shay,
lot.
that's
A lot of
we're talking tub. You're kind of small.
Small, no.
Tub, brother.
You're
Are you sharing it with your family?
If my wife
You said you're finishing it during the preview.
yeah, and then refill.
You're getting there for the pre-previews.
No.
previews.
I feel like there's
20 minutes.
For the Maria
before the
Menounos. He's talking. He's saving for the Maria
No,
Menounos thing.
sometimes we're there for the commercials, but typically 25, 30 minutes before the movie, we'll be in there, watch it, or if the movie starts at 3:30, we'll be there at 3:20, get the concessions, sit down. So you're there 5 minutes before showtime. Then the movie previews start, and it's 20 minutes. Go get a refill. You're good for the movie.
That's a lot.
So much popcorn.
So much popcorn.
I have to transfer at Newark Penn Station to go home a lot of times. Yesterday, I got a huge bag of popcorn. I do at least once a week.
The one in the giant bag.
Yeah, the Czar is actually very, very good popcorn.
Solid popcorn. I agree.
So I get popcorn stuck in my teeth all the time. And then what was it going on? Sorry?
Burning the inside of your mouth.
Burning inside. Getting popcorn stuck in your teeth is not a pain or affliction really at all. It's just
An
kind of
annoyance.
yeah,
Like a pain is in that's a pain.
yeah. I mean,
It's a tongue workout.
just floss. Yeah, drink some water and you're fine. So I'll go with the other one.
Burning the inside of your
Yes.
tongue. Nick.
I get so mad at myself when I'm just like a fat fuck and I can't wait for my pizza to cool down. And the next 2 days is just going to be an annoyance. But when I get a kernel in my gums, I'm out at a movie and going out afterwards, I can't focus on anything else. It truly takes control of the rest of my day. I'm going with that.
Popcorn kernel. Francis.
I agree with Jay's reasoning here. The popcorn thing is not I'd almost say that getting a seed stuck in my teeth is more of
Whose seed?
Yeah, who's damn it.
With your dad's? I don't know. Whatever, dude.
That would never come for you.
So, but yeah, I gotta go. Hot, burning your mouth on a hot beverage. Really, for me, is the worst.
Your bevy over food?
Yeah, tea gets me every single time because I want to drink it hot, and I'm excited because it smells good, and I don't drink tea that often. But man, I go in there too soon, and it ruins the rest of the tea experience.
I'm not a hot beverage guy of any kind. I think I've converted every single type that is. I feel like every hot beverage now, they have a cold version. I'll just take the cold version.
I would say that iced tea and tea are completely different beverages.
Yes.
Yeah, but I would prefer the iced tea over, or even like the unsweetened tea, which I feel like is closer to that over the.
Yeah, even
I think a hot
so,
toddy is the only hot beverage I'll drink.
Ooh, yeah.
Those are barely ever
No,
like
those are
really
good.
hot. I feel like
Yeah, they are barely.
They always get too lukewarm
Yeah,
toward the
Yeah,
end.
I don't like them either.
They're good.
They're really good. I get them like skiing
No,
when I'm
no.
sick. They're fucking flames, but
I'm gonna go with the burnt inside of the mouth as well. It's just the worst. I think microwaves probably cause like 90% of these incidents, but like
Oh, Hot Pockets or those
Hot Pockets,
burritos.
yeah.
Yeah, good God.
gas station burrito, many a time of those burnt inside of my mouth. KB,
See, I think that anything stuck in your teeth is worse, and the burnt tongue is usually self-inflicted. You know what you're gonna get. You just want the food or drink that bad.
so you're gonna go with the Colonel?
Yeah, or anything stuck in your teeth.
Okay, we could switch it to anything. Would that change any votes? Something stuck in teeth?
I don't think it would change too much.
Yeah.
it would change the perception. Because I was actually gonna say I'd rather have something stuck. I'd rather have a kernel stuck in my back teeth than like salad stuck in my front. I'd rather the pain or the annoyance
embarrassment.
than the embarrassment.
Francis was spinached up today.
Yeah.
You finished up at the fucking thing the other day too.
He's always spinached.
I don't know if my teeth are just far apart or I'm eating too healthy food.
We were at Bounce. I was like, Francis, if you want to talk to that, he said he's gonna go do a lap. I was like, if you're gonna do a lap, you might want to get that.
I was meeting a mall. Met a mall.
Francis is a networker.
I sure did. Nobody
God, I
else
almost
got
passed
paid
out
for
from
my work.
I thought about. Yeah, I networked so hard.
Tommy.
Yeah, I think it's the burning, specifically roof of the mouth. I think is the worst. Like what Nick said, like the pizza, bite into a pizza, and you could feel it like puffing up the roof of your mouth, the top of your mouth for days. Everything you bite into, you feel it. That like you could fix the thing stuck in your teeth. You could get that out. For me, I would almost say corn on the cob is the number one thing that gets stuck in my teeth. But you could get that out. Whereas like the burn, there's no remedy. It's just time waiting for it to not hurt as much.
I hate the dance you have to do when you eat something. Take a bite of something that's too hot. You have to do like the like you look like an idiot.
I think like, almost like a sack tap that gives you an adrenaline rush. That's nice. You're like it's a little bit
Getting burned?
a little bit of a danger.
You're always doing it to yourself.
Yeah,
You're never
no.
like, oh, whoops.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think you might like women burning out cigarettes on you based off that last one?
Excuse me?
He coughed on that. I think he was like that was very quick. Lights.
I find myself in really neither of these situations very often. I'm the anti Stephen Cheah kind of. Like I get a pop
I've always
from the
said that.
experience, but I probably have like 3 fistfuls of it and then throw it away. And then hot food. I actually blame delivery for this. I don't like hot food anymore
Really?
because most of the time I eat food, by the time it gets to me, it's lukewarm. It's like a hot toddy. And I almost let all my food cool down to room temperature before I eat it now. So I guess
Even like a steak.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I don't get the appeal of a very hot meal, even if it doesn't burn your like tongue.
yeah, it is. It's yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying very.
It tastes the same.
Steaks aren't supposed to be like
There are
sizzling
some-
hot.
No, I know, but
Whatever you would
I'd rather it not be like cold.
No, I'm not saying to put it in the fridge first, but I like to let it just chill.
Hey guys, who am I? Ready? Eating a steak. Ready? Tommy, I like it hot.
Oh, you fuckers!
I like it. That's the opposite. That's for fights. Welcome back.
2 seconds. God damn it.
Wait, Francis, do Stephen Cheah eating popcorn.
Oh no! No! I can't. I like him too much.
But I would take hot food.
The hot food. Fair enough. That was a close one.
Nice, Nick.
Now I have the 9 seed versus the 8 seed. 9 seed getting shampoo or I guess anything irritant in your eye versus the calf cramp / Charlie horse.
Charlie horse. We're talking heel.
Said calf cramp.
Correct.
Charlie horse is in your.
I don't think I've ever gotten one.
Fucking heel.
We're Charlie horse or heel
cramp?
right here. This is.
Yeah,
I don't think that's a Charlie.
It's not a Charlie horse.
This.
Oh, that's not your heel.
That's the leg.
arch. That's the arch of your.
It's a foot cramp.
I agree. A foot cramp. That's a fair point.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
that's not your.
Charlie
That's
horse
always
is up
under.
here, dude. Like I tried.
That's you give a Charlie horse.
Okay. Well, this hurts a lot when I get a cramp here.
Okay, we'll say lower body.
That's all I'm trying to say.
You know, a Charlie horse, like when my T cells drop really. That's a different thing.
So,
So is that on the bracket?
lower body cramp? Well, it'll be we'll include it under there.
All right.
So
Heel.
It's like an NHL injury report.
Yeah.
you know my heel right here. This is right there in the foot. So lower body cramp versus shampoo in the eye fights first.
Lower body cramp for sure. I the shampoo in the eye that was solved very young with Johnson & Johnson's for me. It's not something
You still use Johnson & Johnson?
No, but just I when I couldn't keep shampoo in my eyes, I use Johnson & Johnson's. Now I'm an adult and I never get shampoo in my eyes.
That's a good take.
You don't use shampoo though, no?
I shampoo infrequently. I shampoo, but not as often as. Also, when I have longer hair, I shampoo more often.
Okay.
So I would guess I'm probably twice a week now. I'm probably pretty regular. But yeah, foot cramps, I get those all the fucking time. There's most of my Saturdays and Sundays are spent dealing with a foot cramp. I'm too dehydrated.
Most week.
Made up with a cramp.
Saturdays are for the foot cramps.
I do all the thing like lick the roof of your mouth. People are like, no, that's for ice cream. Like, I don't know. Like, I got them all confused.
All right, Tommy.
Yeah, it's whatever you want to call that thing. That hurts a lot.
So you're just changing it.
Yeah.
But lower body cramp is that
Lower
not
body
your
cramp
lower
is no
body?
lower body.
Oh, I thought it was
Are you
still just
disputing a foot is the lower body?
Yeah.
Is it your fucking period?
This is terrible.
This is bad. This is bad.
This is not going. Would you guys say this is going well?
Oh
It's
no.
doing bad. I'll go with this. I'll stop talking.
Get his in and get his in.
Oh my god, my heart's gonna.
Oh, yeah, can I get one?
Do we have a cup I can spit in?
You don't align with the brand.
Dude, I dropped like 10 of those on the rundown to cut them all out.
So that's 2 for the lower body cramp. KB.
Yeah.
Oh, watch everybody.
Oh yeah.
Chewing on it like gum. What the fuck? just chowing down on
It's
it.
not even a thing when I put his in.
Why did it change your voice so much?
It's like the most natural thing.
Yeah. You look cool.
His mouth like a chicklet. Like,
I don't even. What are we laughing at?
There it is.
there we go.
Shit.
Is Tommy buzzing right now?
Jesus, dude.
That was pretty cool.
Shit.
Stop fooling around with it. You're
Going up and around.
Oh.
Stop
I'm switching it up. I'm
You're gonna
switching
get
up on
sick.
these toes. I went bottom up and lip on these toes.
Christ.
Oh.
All right. KB.
The cramp is the worst. Cramp is the worst. That wins.
Cramp. I'll go with the cramp as well. I think specifically calf cramp for me. Because like it'll always happen when I'm just like, oh, let me stretch out my legs in bed or whatever. And just like all of a sudden that'll seize up. And it's just the
I
worst.
do like the cramp sometimes. You ever get the calf where you can, like, almost like an alien, where you can see it like kind of like pulsating and
Moving.
flexing.
It's
It's
gross.
kind of fun to watch though.
Yeah. Francis?
It's cramp. The only thing that would be worse than a cramp would be getting a habanero or something in your eye.
That is the only thing.
I don't think soaps of any kind would usurp cramp. So
Yeah.
it's cramp for me.
Cramp? Nick?
I don't get cramps. I don't think I can't remember the last time it's happened. Don't get them. I do get shampoo in my eye a lot.
Really?
A lot. I don't know why. Almost every time. I really work up a lather. So I'm going to go with the one I know.
All right. The shampoo in the eye. That's 1 vote. Jay?
Calf cramp is very detrimental. It'll stop you in your tracks. You'll have to do the thing where you like step on the ground as hard as you can. I feel like I get them a lot when I'm lying down, like in bed. I don't know if you get. So I'm going to go with calf cramp.
Calf cramp. All right, cool. Now we have the number 1 seed versus the 16 seed. We'll get through the chain game first. I'll just start with Feits' entries.
Great.
gonorrhea, hemorrhoids,
Every day.
gingivitis, pink eye, diarrhea, rolled ankle, dead arm.
Dead arm.
Yo, all of those are on the table every day. That could be a daily
Gonorrhea?
It's possible. Most days you could catch gonorrhea.
Yeah, you're right.
What's
Guys like us.
dead arm? Can you
What's
elaborate?
dead arm?
I knew he was going to do that. I can't believe you're that guy. I can't believe you're that guy. I feel bad.
He's not going to move that for the rest of the
Almost did it to his leg earlier, and I thought, oh, God, his Feits that guy?
Arm.
That's the first dead arm I've given since middle school.
I'm literally getting my urine physical tomorrow.
Sorry, Tommy, you got dead arm.
I hate when people do that.
Yeah.
I hate being assaulted in a funny way.
Keeping eyes on you all episode.
Oh, shit. Give him gonorrhea next.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's gonorrhea?
It's making a barrier. That's not effective at all. I don't think.
Time to spit.
No, that's the spit. That's for my.
Oh, okay.
I'm a guy who dips a lot, so I just like to have a spot to spit it into.
Okay, fair enough.
Spittoon, that's Tommy's spittoon right there.
So yeah, Feits offered in gonorrhea, hemorrhoids, gingivitis, pink eye, diarrhea, rolled ankle, and dead arm. We do have other ones too. The first is getting obliterated by Cadillac Escalade while trying to cross the street in New York City.
Yeah. And you get hit in this scenario, I'd imagine, so hard.
Oh yeah. Right. I'd imagine you do a 720 in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than that, like your arms, like you're doing a cartwheel in midair. Like,
Ron White is
this
jealous
injury
of the
last
airtime that you get.
Is this Liz Gonzalez?
Yeah.
Has it happened to her?
Now that you mention
oh, yeah, it
it,
did happen to her.
Oh my God, she did get pummeled.
She probably, yeah.
she did get
got obliterated
pulverized by that moving vehicle.
One airborne
Obliterated.
landed in a bodega
Yes.
ATM. $60 came out.
Well, then, yeah.
Holy shit. That's a good entry. The back of the brace. I don't know if any of you had braces, but the back of the brace is cutting up the inside of your mouth. Like,
Yeah.
with the wax on and shit. You put turnstile not moving the subway. How hard do you enter?
You scan it, but it doesn't move, and so you just boom.
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
Uh-huh.
I hate it. I'm so embarrassed.
So Feits or the PFT came in late. He said a shoe bite. Is shoe bite when you get like a really bad like a kind of a heel rash from a new shoe.
Oh, never. I'm a high sockman.
Those stink. Splinters, poison ivy,
Ooh.
poked in the eye. Any sort of like poke in the eye. Road rash is another one I thought was good. Like especially from like I think a basketball court, like something like that, like a hardwood floor. Just that.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Great Nintendo 64 game too.
I had that happen recently at a wedding. I went to go like slide on the floor, and it was at the after party, and I did not slide, and I tore my knees up, and it
Gonna
ruined
make a noise.
it ruined like the next month of my life. Like it hurts to like put your leg straight. It hurts to like lock your knee out. It was fucking awful.
All right, so our full options again. We have the Feits grouping of gonorrhea, hemorrhoids, gingivitis, pink eye, diarrhea, rolled ankle, dead arm, and then getting obliterated by a Cadillac Escalade while trying to cross street in New York City. The back of the braces, turnstile not moving, shoe bite, splinter, poison ivy, road rash, and poked in the eye. We'll start Feits. Which one of those do you want to go in against the one seed?
The turnstile not moving is a good one, but it's almost like back when we had corded headphones. Like it doesn't hurt so much as it infuriates you. Like it's like one of those like goddamn motherfucker. Where there's a pain, but it's more of like the, I guess, embarrassment, annoyance of it. I'll probably have to go gonorrhea.
Gonorrhea. One for gonorrhea.
Nah, I'm kidding. It's of course the Escalade.
It's wait, it's what?
The Escalade.
The Escalade.
Oh, the Escalade. Okay.
Yeah.
Tommy?
There's nothing I hate more than, I'm running out to get my morning cup of coffee and I forget to look both ways. Next thing you know, I'm 9 feet in the air, spinning around, landing
Landing
hard.
Year 2 of law school. So you can defend yourself against such ne'er-do-wells.
So I will go with getting obliterated by a moving vehicle going at a high speed.
I heard he was pushing 80
I heard that too, yeah.
kb.
Oh my god. Personally, it would be the poison ivy if you've ever had it bad enough. But I also haven't. It's getting hit by the car, the pulverized by the Escalade.
I've had poison ivy once that started like on my slower body, like right down here, and it slowly was crawling its way up. towards
So
my
bad.
cock and balls, and it was the most.
So-
I was every 5 minutes
the
like
worst.
pouring
It's the
alcohol
worst.
on it. Like
I don't know if I'm immune to poison ivy or just a pussy who never hangs out in places where I could get poison ivy. It's one or the other. But I've never had it.
I had sumac in
Wonder
my
if I-
ass crack once.
What?
Dude, poison ivy's bad.
yeah, I'm gonna go with the getting,
I was
Hemorrhoids.
shrieked a lot. Poison ivy, poison ivy. Anytime I see like a green, something that looks like it could be
Plant.
poison ivy.
Agree.
A green plant.
Every time.
Every time I see green.
I gotta go with the Escalade though, because I do think the imagery of her going. I thought it was more like 25 feet in the air into a glass window.
Wait,
and
is this about a specific person or is this in
the
general?
person in my mind is just
Yeah.
like a vague woman, and like it just going right through the glass, shatters it. It's like classically a woman shatters a glass ceiling, or glass device. Francis.
Oh, nice. I will go with the shoe one. Uncomfortable shoes, blisters. That is not fun, and you're stuck with that for a while. Typically,
True, and it hurts like hell.
Where does one get shoe bite? I've heard of lace bite, but I don't think I've ever gotten shoe bite.
Like
before.
right at the top of the
Yeah.
shoe?
What? Oh, I'm
I'm thinking like what the
I have no
actual
idea.
heel.
that's just a blister. I think the shoe bite is when you have a shoe that is gonna be kind of cutting into your Achilles tendon
Yeah.
a little bit.
I think
Okay.
that's
Bad.
bad.
And that stinks. They both stink. Anything to do with foot discomfort from your footwear.
all bad.
Yeah.
So you're going with the shoe bite, Nick.
I mean, getting hit by a car can happen anywhere. And no, I mean, it happened to a close friend of all of ours. She was in the hood, literally hit her really hard, went underneath, and she was exhausted because it went in reverse and hit her. But I have to go with hemorrhoids. I had 5 at once, and it was just they were all trying to escape, and then they have to put like a band around them, and then they lance them.
What?
Have you ever gotten your asshole lanced?
What
I know you
exactly
followed
is a hemorrhoid?
Sync on the road for a while, so maybe you did. But
We took a long walk to get there, but it was worth it.
I'm going hemorrhoids because also there's the shame of being a freshman in high school. You don't know anybody because you transferred from a private school, and you have a inner tube that you sit on in class, and that will stick with you. And then you'll just be like, I guess I'll just have to be funny. Hemorrhoids.
Hemorrhoids, Jay.
Is that real?
It was because of my PSP. I was too busy loading fucking porn. And I was sitting on the toilet the whole time. So it was just,
Shut up.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's an awful story. Hemorrhoids. I mean, I don't think
I changed my answer.
I don't think I've ever gotten them bad enough to be actually medically treated, but just like when you take a shit or whatever, then you wipe your ass and there's some blood, right?
Is that what? All kidding aside, what exactly is a hemorrhoid? It's just
Yeah.
blood in your.
It's like the inner tissue of your ass breaking through the wall of your hole.
I don't think I've ever had that.
Oh golly.
Yeah, I've had them for years, like almost a decade.
Have a quick story time real quick over on hemorrhoids. We had Ari Shafir on KFC Radio the other day, and Ari's had just a real decades-long battle with hemorrhoids. He's got issues. And he came into the studio with a man pon in because his hemorrhoids, he had taken a shit before coming. He was an hour late for the interview, taking a shit before coming, and I guess burst a hemorrhoid.
Yeah, they burst and you'll fill up. The toilet will fill up.
And so he had to shove toilet paper up his ass to stop the bleeding. And towards the end of the interview,
It's revolting.
I saw kind of the corner of my eye what I thought was Ari rummaging in his pocket. And it was actually, he was pulling his man pon out of his ass. And I got up and just ran because I didn't know if he was going to hit someone with it or throw it at someone. And he just put it on my phone.
Oh,
So I have a
you
new,
have ass blood on your phone?
I have a new phone, baby.
Oh, you went and got a new phone?
Yeah, Ari Shafir owes me $1,800.
Wait, you just went and got a new phone.
Yeah, dude.
I was like,
Why did he do that?
I cleaned it, but like I was like, I'm never gonna look at this phone ever the same again. So I had to get a new phone.
$1,800?
I wasn't out of my old. I had to buy myself out of my old contract.
Oh.
Phone was $1,300. I had $500 left on my old one.
that's the equivalent of like shaking hands.
Well, good thing like the pen sale happened, so you could ask Kevin for money.
Yeah, by the way, I gave you credit for cashing in on that, and I need to retract that because
Take the credit back.
I'll tell you what, I got a lot of congratulations that day.
Hey, wait, you didn't make any money?
None.
Oh, I thought, yeah. Wow.
well, we were all misled.
had a lot of texts that I left unanswered.
I mean, at least you made all that money from Saturdays or for the boys.
I was like, you need to get hit by an Escalade.
Seriously. All right, so getting hit by the Escalade, obliterated in the streets of New York City is going to go up against our number 1 seed, which is, we'll say, back problems that don't require you to go to the hospital. So like back sprains, back pull, anything that keeps you like laid up like that, they're fucking worst. Every answer I feel like every answer I saw on Twitter anyway, they all like kind of started with that. It's like back pain's the absolute worst. So fights back pain versus getting absolutely pummeled by a Cadillac Escalade, New York City.
Well, I was gonna say back pain, because back and mouth pain are the two worst, because they're like you use both of them every day. You're using your core, you're using your mouth every day. You can't avoid that pain.
You're not using your feet and things every
But this is every day we're talking for life. However, I recently learned that
That was a perfectly reasonable. I don't know why everyone's laughing.
It wasn't.
yes, it
You're
is.
still using your feet and hands and head.
But that injury, the pulverized by a Cadillac Escalade, it's a finite period of time.
Yeah, fair. Yeah. I mean, depends
I
on.
think I'm talking myself out of this. The point is, I recently learned that a Cadillac Escalade is a lifelong injury, and so that one is whatever. That one, yeah, go.
Cadillac, Tommy.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love for us to just keep moving this along the bracket, crack all our jokes, but do I want to go that easy route? Yes, I do. I'm gonna keep for at least one more round. I'm gonna take in pulverized by Cadillac.
Pulverized by Cadillac, KB.
And when we say pulverized, we mean really fucking hit, don't we?
Right.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
pulverized.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just worse than back pain.
You're getting back pain and other things.
Yeah, exactly. I got to go with the Cadillac as well, Francis.
Pulverized by a Cadillac Escalade.
Pulverized, Nick.
I'm shocked she didn't get out of the way because Gonzalez's are usually speedy. Not her. I mean, shit. Imagine getting hit so hard by a car you just don't work anymore.
Devastating.
That's typically what happens to people who become paralyzed.
Yeah, I guess so. What's this up against? Doesn't matter.
Back pain. Cadillac.
She's not paralyzed, is she?
No.
Bro, you
Oh,
work
okay.
here.
I haven't seen her in years.
You've seen her since you got hit by a car.
She was here yesterday.
here like
She was here like last week.
She's not, but there was a chance that she's not paralyzed.
Oh, I don't know. You can argue that getting pulverized by a Cadillac leads to back pain, which I have heard. So I'm going to go with the chicken before the egg, the Escalade.
Yeah.
The Escalade. On the other side of the bracket, we have the 11 seed versus the 6 seed. 11 seed. This one came in late. I don't know. I feel like it should be included. Sunburn. Are we all good with
Worst
Sunburn?
thing in the fucking world. I hate it.
That's- It's not like you get it every
Alien.
single day, but like
Yeah.
Sorry, boys.
one thing we all associate with you is melanin. And that's going up against number 6 seed toothaches of any kind. So we'll start with you, Cheah. Sunburn versus toothaches.
I recently got sunburn, but I've had a toothache before, and it is terrible. Even if you get dental work done, like they have to, a lot of times they'll have to put you under because it's so painful. Sunburn is just, obviously it burns and it's an irritant, but you can tough it out without anesthesia. So I'm going to go with toothache.
One for toothache. Nick?
If I have a toothache, I'm still going out on the beach. If I have a sunburn, it sucks so bad. It'll ruin a vacation, and it has. Sunburn,
Francis?
You know where I'm going with this. Anyone have any doubt about it? Sunburn. I've had some bad ones. Oh, full back peel.
Yeah.
Full back peel. You know, just awful, really
Taking out, like, a
painful.
parchment.
Just a-
Oh yeah.
You can't sleep on your back because the bed is so hot.
Yeah.
Like,
I can't wear
it's just
clothing.
thin. You just
That's horrible.
super super tough. So sunburn for me.
How long does it take for you to get sunburned? No.
Well, dude, to be honest with you, I have become so humble about my lack of ability to tan that I've learned to protect myself with tons of sunscreen, and I'm really careful about it, which I think in the long run is in my favor. Because other people think, everyone used to go tanning. It's so good to be tan. Even people that couldn't really tan that well. And now it's all shifting. Everyone's realizing that sun exposure is bad for your skin later in life. And I got the jump start on that.
People
Reminds
thought
me
they
of
were
that
tough.
old viral tweet.
People thought they were tougher than the sun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, the fucking sun?
I swear to God, man. I swear to God.
Imagine thinking that.
I gotta find the creator of that tweet.
And worship him.
All right, so I'm going with sunburn as well. It's just you're laid up after.
Wow. You guys must not have had a toothache, 'cause that's the worst
haven't.
pain to man.
Yeah, it is terrible.
Whoa.
Oral pain, like mouth pain.
I think it affects your brain too. Like, it affects your thinking.
That's maddening.
I'm usually pain for oral.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
That's all right.
You're always soliciting.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, toothache is worse.
Toothache. All right, 1 for toothache. We're 3-2 in favor of sunburn. Tommy,
Yeah, I mean, sunburn's such like a fucking foreign concept to me, so I'll go with the tooth.
you hate foreign things too. We all know that. 3-3. Fights you break.
3-3. I'm the tiebreaker. Man, this is hard because I've only really ever had like one toothache in my life, and it was painful. But we're talking everyday injuries, and the sunburn is in play every day. And also with the sunburn, you get the most infuriating thing ever when someone coming up to you going, "Whoa, you got a sunburn there." And you're like, "I know. I feel like I'm on fucking fire."
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me about it. So I'm gonna go sunburn.
The crazy thing is, you can get it from like snow. Like you get it.
Yeah, I've gone
fucking
skiing,
going
come
out
back with
skiing. It's
sunburns,
insane.
It's probably still the sun though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think it's the snow.
Yeah, sun doesn't.
Snow burnt me, man. Sunburn is moving on. Next,
Really stupid.
we have the 3 seed versus the 14 seed. The 3 seed is biting the inside of your cheek or tongue. Either one of those. That
Ugh.
crunch noise. It
And the
makes.
ensuing
Brings me to a
canker
rage.
Sore.
Mhm.
It's a
Sore.
cycle because it gets bigger and then you
Yes.
bite it again and then you bite it again. It's pretty-
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's going up against the 14 seed. Very simple, but a more common thing, I guess, or becoming less common. Paper cut. Fights.
Yeah, I guess paper cuts kind of fall into the poison ivy with me. I don't know that I've ever had a paper cut. Maybe when I was in school. I don't find myself around paper very often anymore. I'm going the other one. the canker sore.
Biting.
Yeah, we know.
Allergic to paper.
Oh man, that was good.
You probably have one.
He heard himself. Heard himself on the mic. The microphone shot.
God punish me. God punish me.
Holy shit, Tommy.
What was it again?
Biting the inside of your lip or
Oh,
cheek.
that.
Or yeah.
Easy. That's like one of the worst things. And like I said, it doesn't stop. It gets worse. You can't eat. It's that.
Your cheek, your tongue. That's 2. KB.
I haven't had a paper cut either. Gnawing on my mouth though for hours. It's a good time.
There is the point
Wait.
sometimes when you softly kind of bite it a little bit, and it kind of feels like a little good.
I don't think so.
I lost my ability there. Huh? You kind of just go. You don't chew it.
I constantly touch it with my tongue, just out of like, I want this to go away.
It's something to play with.
Yeah.
There's another side of the coin.
Yeah. Okay. So you're going with
The mouth.
Mouth.
I got to go with that as well. I think it's a very easy top seed.
Mouth for me. Mouth.
Mouth. Nick.
Yeah, it's mouth for sure, but I will say the worst jackass stunt of all time was the paper cut between the webbings of the toes.
Using the manure holder.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's the one that fucked with me the most.
That is bad. But also, when he put the hook through his cheek,
Oh man.
was
Yeah.
also really bad.
Yeah, that was
Think of how long that sore would be.
Ah,
A literal hole in his mouth.
It's disgusting to think about. Cheah.
Do you guys print out ads for KFC Radio, or do you read it off the laptop? So I imagine you have one of the highest sack tap to pieces of paper touched in the world? Because you don't deal with paper at all.
I don't find myself around paper.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna go with the
is rather unique.
inside of the
He's
mouth.
All right, that's going to move on. Next matchup is the 10 versus the 7. The 10 is hangnails. And you just rip one off a little too much, and
It
it
was
just,
all the way down.
Cuticle too.
Disgusting.
No cuticle in there. That's an extension. Yeah.
Yep, that's underneath it. And then number 7, the one that we used as the example for all of this, stubbing your toe.
Mm.
Okay.
Stubbing your toe completely blindsides you because you didn't see what was going to be there, and it hurts a lot instantly. But the nail thing, I mean, if I have a vice, it's biting my. I could give it up. I enjoy kind of biting my nails, so I'm going to go with the cuticle because once you
heroin too, Steve.
once you
Give it up whenever they want to.
once you rip it off, the pain lasts for hours, sometimes days. So I'm going to go with that.
The good thing is Steve will never have to like steal copper piping
Yeah.
to fund his habit of biting his nails.
I have quit, but it's honestly just fun when you're sweating out of bed.
Chase
or-
sucking a dick in an alleyway so he can bite the guy's nails afterwards. Stubbing your toe is the OG of small pains, of annoyances. It is the Yankees of pain. I did it recently, my pinky toe, and lost the nail, and it's still fucking purple. It sucks, and I get just so mad, so mad, because it's always your fault.
It's just stubbing the toe, Francis.
Stubbing toe versus hangnail.
Cuticle, yeah.
You know, one thing about a hangnail that's kind of fun is if you do rip it and you start to bleed a little, you suck it, and then you can spit it out, and the blood comes out of your mouth, and you feel like a boxer.
Yeah.
That's kind of a cool feeling.
That's
That's
a cool feeling to spit blood. But with that said, it's stub your toe 10 times out of 10, especially in darkness. What a terrible, terrible helplessness that is.
I think breaking a nail off doing it too is one of the worst pains.
There's something about you hit and there's a delayed pain where you know what's happened.
Yeah, it's the
and
initial.
You say,
Yeah.
Here it's about to set in.
Yeah.
I don't know another pain where your brain can say, I'm about to experience pain in 1 second.
Heartbreak.
Really?
When you get the "we need to talk"
Yeah.
text, yeah.
Yeah, but that's like anxiety and then pain. I don't know.
No, I know what you're saying because like it's not like you're going into shock. It's like
Right.
it's just like you get that split second of oh, this is about to hurt, and then it hurts.
It's as if it's traveling up your body and your brain has a second while it's going up to say, prepare yourself. This is about to really suck.
I think that works out scientifically. I'm gonna go with the hangnail. Cuticle pain, just the worst because I do this. I bite at my cuticle sometimes, and that just sucks.
Yeah, I'm going hangnail too because it lingers for so long.
And it's a very sharp pain. Well, so is the stub in the toe, I guess, but like it's a different type of sharp pain.
Oh, and stub toe, easy. I can't believe it's a 7 seed. It's literally the example you sent when you sent over the list.
For me, it's a
horrible.
guaranteed fade away in 10 seconds.
No way.
No, I disagree with that.
More than 10?
Yes.
Yeah, depending on how.
Maybe walks
I think
very
the
softly.
Pinky toe is worse also than the big. It depends though. They're both horrible, and they happen way more often. I think. So I'll go stub toe.
Stub toe. We're all tied up.
I'm the tiebreaker a couple times here. I'm with KB. I think it's I've never had the stub a toe so hard I lose a nail. I've never had a stub a toe so hard where like the whole thing turns purple. I guess I'm just lucky. But a hangnail like affects everything you touch for days. So that one, the linger of that. It even hurts in the shower for some reason.
Yeah.
Shampooing, fucking. I'm going hangnail.
You ever get any sort of irritant in it? Like I know, like lemon juice, whatever, something like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Makes me like grimacing thinking about it.
God damn it! I got lemon juice in my hangnail.
Boy, the lemonade stand's really gonna suck today.
I ran out of spoons. I had to.
If only we had that
Skin.
You guys need to do some more fine cooking. All right, the hangnail is going to move on. Next up is the last matchup. The migraines, number 2 seed. Probably the most frequent one out of everything on this list, I would say. Versus, this is another one. A lot of people included it. I don't think it really happens as again, I'm sure it happens, but it's not as frequent as I think anything else on here. Really, stepping on Legos.
Overrated.
I agree with that. I agree, very overrated. But so many people responded with it. I felt like I just needed to include it. I'll start with you, Fights.
This is a tough one because these are two. I have never had a migraine in my life.
Like a headache of any?
Not really.
I've never had a headache.
I've had headaches, yeah, but like I don't count them as migraines. I think migraines just a dramatic headache.
Thank
No,
you.
migraines are the very worst thing.
Thank
I've never had
You're
one.
sensitive.
Okay, so are we doing migraine or a bad headache?
I think we should include probably both.
I think a lot of people think they've had migraines
I agree
and
with
haven't.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's how do you diagnose a migraine versus a really bad headache?
You're like, oh, you
get
know
like-
when you have it.
You get like spots in your eyes. I
I've
throw
had
up. I
one.
can't drive.
I've had one before, one in my life when I was a kid, and I had to lie in darkness with a wet washcloth over my head.
How did you get it?
Huh?
How did you get it? Or it just happens?
I don't know.
Just
I don't
happens,
know.
I
It
think,
just came over me. I was sick.
I'll tell you what, this has not been a good episode for my hypochondria. Everyone that comes up like this could happen to me and it could kill me.
We'll do headache and migraine. We'll combine it because I think that was more what I was thinking. I guess. Fights.
I mean, I guess I'll give it to headache because I don't really step on Legos ever. I don't break into the Home Alone house very often. I will, I guess.
But sometimes.
I guess it's headache. Migraines are just a very foreign concept to me, so I don't like headaches.
Headaches, Tommy.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Francis. I'm not sure if I've for sure I've had very bad headaches. Whether they've officially crossed that line into migraines, I don't know. But having a headache fucking sucks. It ruins your whole day.
Like,
You
I don't
can't
even
focus on anything. You can't even like watch TV. It hurts so much.
I don't even keep like Advil. I don't even like have Advil in my apartment. I don't have Tylenol in my apartment. I wouldn't. Like,
I'll tell you what, Excedrin is unbelievable.
Yes, Excedrin is the
Oh,
way to
yeah.
go. I think it's the caffeine in it. or
Don't need
something. It helps.
Ugh.
Congrats. I'm gonna go with the headache.
Well, that trash can a little closer.
Headaches, KB.
Yes, I've brain freeze is the worst pain that a human can endure. At
You
a,
said that for so many things.
at a smoothie factory or a Jamba Juice, it's the worst pain. There's nothing worse than a brain freeze. If a migraine is like 10% of that, it's migraine.
Going with the headache / migraine, Francis. I'm going with that as well.
Yeah. I have migraines most mornings, actually. I like to start my day with migraines.
Oh, fuck you.
Wasn't that you?
Yeah.
Isn't that this type of thing you guys
Cracking
do?
yolks.
Ancient grains, little Faro bowl. Yeah. So migraines versus what?
Stepping on Legos, which
Oh,
I
yeah.
imagine is not something you've ever encountered.
I have to go with headaches of any kind, especially hungover headaches. Hangover headaches. Yeah.
I get headaches every single day. I get like a tremendous pressure behind my eyeballs. I have to push on my eyes and make them squeak and let air out.
Oh.
Probably good for it right now.
I hated that.
Happens all the time.
I hated
Ever
that.
seen that before, Fights? Oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
It kind of gets me going. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Sounds like when I squeeze those lemons for the lemonade stand.
it's not that uncommon to juice a lemon, or I don't even think like that.
I don't think I've ever juiced a lemon.
You never squeezed like a lemon juice out of a lemon.
What about when you get like tea at a restaurant?
Oh, that I was thinking a whole lemon is like you juice.
Or some calamari.
press it?
Oh yeah, I love galamad.
You're not.
What, did I say it differently?
Couldn't even help but do the hand thing too. Call them out.
Yeah.
You're the worst guy. I'm going to go migraines.
Everybody loves me.
Jay.
I also haven't really gotten. I think I've gotten maybe like 2 or 3 headaches in my life, and I think like a cure for a headache, and it's like documented, is you just crank one out, right?
Getting a boner, getting the blood away from your head. It feels right.
I'm pretty sure that.
And you had boners nonstop throughout your life, so it checks out why you don't get
When
headache.
you have a migraine, like you can't even get hard. I trust
Well,
me.
migraine maybe.
I'm saying like headaches. I don't know about the migraine stuff. Stepping on Legos. So my son has this puzzle, and it's every letter of his name, and it has maybe like a, I don't know, intro to whatever that is, like a handle on it basically to pull it out. And there was like some laundry in his room or something, and I was under it, and I stepped on it the other day, and it was an incredible pain. It's that that much of a wooden structure going into my foot. Very similar to Lego, which I also have stepped on. I think it's super common and it's extremely painful. So I'm going to actually vote for that. Represent
One
the dads.
dissenting for the stepping on the Lego.
Yep.
Either way, the headache is going to move on, and now we can run through our playoffs. First matchup, the burnt tongue versus hitting the balls. Cheah.
I mean, it's got to be hitting the balls. Burnt tongue lasts a couple minutes. I guess sometimes days if you do it really bad, but hitting the balls, that's crippling.
It's balls.
Another for balls.
Balls.
Balls. I will go with burnt tongue only because it lasts longer.
It does. Yeah.
It's balls.
Balls.
Yeah, burnt tongue sucks, but balls. Right now, if you told me I'm either going to get kicked in the balls or I'm going to have a burnt tongue for the next few days, I'll take the burnt tongue.
Yeah, that's fair point.
Reasoning, yeah. If
I don't.
you're-
It depends on how burnt, because then when my pain goes away, you're still gonna have that annoyance,
Yeah.
and you're gonna be so jealous.
Yeah.
But I think the anticipation of burning your tongue on hot, like if you say, I'm going to burn your tongue with a hot slice of pizza,
It's always the first bite. It's gonna ruin your meal.
How quickly we forget Tommy's story from the beginning where it hurt for hours.
How quickly we do forget.
like a
Liam.
preacher there.
That bastard.
Yeah, I think if you're not going balls, you're overthinking it. It's balls.
Ball's going to move on the other side, getting absolutely demolished by a Cadillac versus a lower body cramp. Fights.
I'm going cramp. I'm doing it.
Rip off the Band-Aid. I'll appreciate that.
I'm going to go cramp too. And again, this specific foot cramp, like that, it's the worst pain.
Charlie horse.
Yeah.
It's not a Charlie horse.
I know that. You
It?
recently-
I could still refer to it as a Charlie horse.
No, you can't. You
Yeah.
can't just refer to things as whatever you want.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
In 2023, you can.
To the twice, you fucking asshole. Maybe.
See, it's getting hit by a car. That's way more painful than a cramp.
Not just hit, again.
Yeah, but even if it was just hit, that'd be more painful than getting a cramp.
That's true.
A Charlie horse is a painful involuntary cramp in the legs and/or foot, lasting anywhere from a few seconds to a day. So
I thought a
said
Charlie
is-
horse was getting hit.
I thought it was getting
Charlie
punched in
horse,
the
like,
thigh.
You hit someone.
Got you in the thigh. Yeah.
No, that's wrong. I'm right.
No, you're wrong.
Are you gonna cry?
Yeah, you're gonna cry because of how wrong you are.
Shut up.
All right, I'm going with the just getting obliterated by that car. Francis.
Sure. Cadillac.
Cadillac. Nick.
Really got hit hard.
Yeah, really, really hard.
I feel like that's got to be it, right?
It's versus lower body cramps, which are very painful.
Think of all the wine that was spilled. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go hit by a car.
I hope the jury doesn't think that she was drunk during that. That'd be bad. Cheah.
I'm gonna go the lower body cramp.
Lower body cramp. Close victory for the Cadillac. Now the Cadillac versus hitting the balls.
Hitting the balls for sure.
Balls, one vote. Nick?
Yeah, I hate to do it, but it's got to be balls. But only half the population can do that. Anybody can get hit by a car.
That's true.
Balls.
Another for balls.
What if a car hit you in the balls?
How? What type of car would that have to get that sort of precision?
I guess like if you're just like hit by like the rear view window,
Ouch.
right in the balls.
What about the emblem on the front hood?
Yeah, the Jaguar.
Yeah.
The Jaguar hits you right in the balls.
Just it's screeching to a halt because it sees you, and you're like, ah! And it's like, it's just the last bit of it.
The head of the Jaguar.
I'll go with the Cadillac.
That would be hilarious. I got hit by a car right in the balls.
A truck backed into me and I got hit by the truck nuts. It's getting pulverized by a car, yeah.
Yeah, getting pulverized by a car. Tommy,
I'll go pulverized by a moving vehicle. Yeah.
tied up. You get to break who gets to go into the finals.
Wait, being hit by a car? I always called that a Charlie horse.
I'm right.
I mean, you gotta go with what's the more painful one. That's getting pulverized by an Escalade.
Would it though? Would it hurt?
Depends how bad.
I mean, if you go flying that far in the air.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you
Forget about
4 or
that.
5 flips.
All right, Fights. You go first on the other side. Biting your tongue or inside of your cheek versus sunburn. This is a good one, actually. This is a
Yeah.
good matchup.
Damn, this is a good one. I'm gonna go sunburn. I just have one horrible vacation to the Bahamas that was ruined. Like I couldn't turn the lights on in the room I was staying in because the light hurt too much. So I'm going sunburn.
How early in the vacation was it that you got it? Like first?
Very early. Maybe two days in for a week.
That's the worst.
Yeah. It was the first day we got there, and it was like so like it was. I was like 14, and it was like, oh, the sun's going down. It's not even that hot out. I'm not gonna put suntan lotion on. I'm just going to the beach, and I was there for like an hour, and I just didn't leave my room the rest of the time.
Tommy,
Biting tongue, lip.
biting the inside of your mouth. KB.
Yeah, sunburn like hemorrhoids have been mystifyingly tolerable for me. I've never had it too bad. The biting the tongue,
Biting the inside of your cheek, tongue, anything.
oh, that's pretty tolerable too. I'll go sunburn.
Another one for sunburn. It's 2-1. I'll go with the biting the inside only because it's more. It could happen anytime. Like how often I could actually get sunburn feels much rarer.
Sunburn.
Another for sunburn. Nick.
Sunburn. It's dangerous. I got a weird mole after a sunburn on my stomach. I had to get it taken off, and then they had to take more out. Now I have a scar.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wasn't happy for inside your mouth bite.
Much like carbon monoxide, sun is the silent killer. Skin
I never
cancer.
thought of that comparison before.
Mhm.
Sunburn's going to move on. Now we have the headache / migraine versus the cuticle.
You know who else is a silent killer? Owls.
Yeah?
I saw a clip of them flying recently, and they had mic'd up the area that they were going to fly across. And at first they sent a pigeon, then they sent a hawk, and then they sent the owl. And the owl was by far the quietest.
Unless they have a Tootsie Pop.
crunching on that thing.
I'm laughing like I get it, but I don't.
You never
You haven't seen that commercial?
Tootsie Roll commercials?
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, sure. I needed that.
Jay, the headache and migraine versus the cuticle hangnail.
I'll go cuticle hangnail.
Cuticle hangnail?
Migraine.
Migraine headache?
Migraine.
Migraine and headache? I'll go with the headache. I think is worse.
Yeah, and it's an excuse for you not to get pussy.
We're all looking for that.
Yeah.
Want to
Well,
hang
if
out
I
with the
had-
boys? Can't come out tonight, babe.
I can't. I have a headache.
Oh no.
I had a torn up headache though. Or,
What?
or if I had a torn up cuticle.
Oh yeah, you can't blast.
Can't
So you get
blast.
AIDS.
Yeah. Maybe you.
It circles an open wound into a vagina.
Open wound into an open wound.
Not since that.
I would love it. I would love it if that's your excuse on how you got AIDS.
Yeah.
I figured a girl.
Didn't even come. He just got fucking hanging. KB.
I say a headache.
Headache.
Wait, can you get AIDS that way?
I mean, bloodstream's open, right?
I'll tell you what. If you have AIDS, free to use it. That's a. It sounds. It's at least like no one's gonna question it. But yeah, it is an open cut. Sure.
You should blog just a list of AIDS excuses.
Tommy.
Charlie horse number.
I mean, I'm so right. It's crazy. You're gonna look so stupid tomorrow. Thursday.
You got the hangnail versus the
Headache, migraine, whatever.
headache and migraine fights.
I'm going for hangnail.
Hangnail. 2 for hangnail. Headache's gonna move on. That versus sunburn. You're up first. Actually, sunburn can cause headaches. I feel like, right? Because you get so
Oh yeah,
dehydrated.
super dehydrated.
I'm gonna stick with sunburn.
Stick with sunburn. All right, 1 for sunburn.
Migraine.
Migraine.
Migraine by far.
By far, I'd go with sunburn because again, I think sunburn can cause headaches. So part of the deal.
I would say migraine. Believe it or not, switching off the sunburn train.
3-2. Nick.
You can avoid sunburn. There's precautions. Migraines can just hit you.
Another for migraine.
I'm gonna go sunburn.
Sunburn. 4-2. Headaches win. Now it's headaches versus. Now it's headaches versus getting obliterated by a Cadillac in the streets of New York City. Francis. That's looking straight at Cheah and said Francis. Okay.
I feel like if you got hit by a Cadillac and pulverized and it completely altered your life's trajectory and career, that it would lead to a lot of headaches. So I'm going to go, again, chicken before the egg.
Chicken
Yeah,
before the
Escalade.
egg. Escalade. Nick.
I'm going to go with migraines because, again, getting hit by a car hasn't happened to me. Avoidable.
Francis.
Although, what if she had a migraine?
The topic today was pains you feel every day.
My
A regular
everyday
pain,
regular
yeah.
injuries.
I think the joke has run its course. Migraines for me.
I'm with you as well on that. B
I've never had a migraine.
or headache counts under this.
Yeah, I know getting hit by a car is much worse of a pain. I don't get
It's
it.
not
Why
happening.
is that an
every
argument?
day.
None of these are happening every day.
More common.
I would say,
Headaches happen more frequently than
yeah.
car accidents to you.
No, I feel like car accident implies
Two moving
cars.
vehicles.
Sure,
just one
being
person
hit by a car, a
being
Cadillac
demolished.
specifically.
That would be a very funny way to talk about it. If you got hit by a car and you just kept saying, "What happened? That wasn't a car accident."
Yeah.
So it's 3-2 migraines.
It's 3-2 in favor of migraines. Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna go kind of like Escalade
God damn
to
it!
Yeah.
make Fights be our Game 7.
Game 7
Zaza Pachulia.
decider.
I was ready for that one.
Didn't even flinch.
I am going. I'm gonna go with Francis. I think by the letter of the law of this bracket, a migraine is ready to play every day.
Mhm.
Guess a car getting hit by a car is too.
I mean, you've never had a migraine. So
I've never had either of these.
if you had a close call with a
What would you
car-
rather have happen tomorrow?
Tomorrow I'd rather have a migraine. Therefore, the winner would be
I mean, that's one way to look at it.
Therefore, the winner is I guess would be getting obliterated by it.
I don't know, man. You could turn getting hit by a car into some good content.
You would definitely do it into something good. I think.
So what are you arguing?
You can't turn a migraine into
as always, I
content.
just want to make the room happy. So what would you like me to
If
do?
anything, a migraine prevents you from making content.
Oh,
More so than getting hit by the car, depending. If you're like in a coma or something.
I know your getting hit by a car story would be hilarious because you'd land and something would go up your ass. You
One in a
know it.
million shot, doc.
You know it.
Get AIDS.
Yeah, you get AIDS somehow.
All right, I'm going migraine then.
Migraine's the winner of that. And the migraine headache winner of episode 69 of the bracket. Thank you, Fights, for joining in. Thanks, Jason, again for producing. We'll be back next week with a brand new topic, and we'll have Gooch back. And who should we have next week as a guest? Titus?
I think it has to depend on the topic.
Yeah. I got Fights before we even picked the topic this time.
Oh, he's good at this.
Yeah.
I like him.
I like him too.
Even though he just destroyed your arm.
Just
I didn't
guys
get you
being
that
dudes.
bad.
Yeah.
This is dudes being dudes. All right.
No, that was the one time I hit you. It made sense. I'm not going to keep hitting you. You're okay.
Can you lift your arm? Your left arm?
Yeah, it's fine. And I gotta do my yearly physical tomorrow. So.
The doctor's going to be so confused because you're going to have a bruise from that for sure.
You think? I don't think so.
No, it was pretty flush.
Okay. All right. We'll see you guys next week.